Dear students, so in this video we would be talking about some of the prerequisites which you should be aware before we start our first class on 23rd June. Okay, so let me talk about the reference books which normally I will be following so that you can also look into those books, right? And we will also talk at a high level that what are the bullet points which we will cover in our first chapter, that is units and dimensions. So yeah, okay, so let's start with it. So when it comes to the reference books, right, so in this batch we have students from Odisha, we have students from Hyderabad or your Telangana, and we have students from Bangalore, right? So that is why we would not be concentrating into the the only curriculum of any one board, but again, as I said, by and large they are the same. So we will cover it in a way that it handles all of them, okay? And this is one difference which you see when you compare with your class 10 studies, that up to class 10th we had a defined textbook, we had a defined curriculum, and in exam we used to get questions only based on that. But in college, this is one more thing which you should be adapting to. That's why if you ask me what matters, between attitude and aptitude in your life, which you will learn in your 2 years of intermediate and after that your medical engineering, is attitude more than aptitude. Because trust me guys, in my work field, where I have been working for last 15 years, I have probably not used physics, I have not used chemistry, I have not used maths. Yes, I used them to crack the engineering exam, to get into engineering college, but what I studied in engineering was completely different, and then what I'm working is completely different. But what I have carried forward is the attitude, and that would be same for you also. Okay, so we would be, my reference books would be the NCERT book, okay, so that it covers at a high level, your not high level, rather pretty detailed your CBSE course curriculum. So that would be covered. Then I will also be concentrating or referring your textbook of physics by your Barik, Das and Sharma. So this is one of the widely used reference books by students in Odisha for their class 12th, 11th and 12th exam. Okay. I will be also referring one of the most celebrated books of all times in physics in India, that is Concepts of Physics by Professor H.C. Verma. So this is one book which, as the name suggests, is very crucial in laying down the foundations in terms of understanding the concepts and also giving some very good, your problems for practice. Okay. I would also be referring other books by author G.C. Agrawal. Okay. And then some different materials available over the internet. Okay, so these would be the references which we would be using. So now let's go ahead to the course curriculum. When it comes to the curriculum of this first chapter, units and dimensions, units, your physical world, units, dimensions and measurements, right? So here, this is how we would start our chapter. We would try to understand what physics is. From here, we would derive that what do we mean by this term, physical quantities, okay, right? And once we get introduced to physical quantities, we would understand why it is important to measure them, and to measure physical quantities, right? Why why have we come up to something called units, and what is the magnitude? Okay, we will go over to that, right? We will understand the different type of physical quantities. Few of them we call fundamental physical quantities, and few of them are derived physical quantities. So to give you a high level idea, your in terms of the English literature, A, B, C up to Z, this alphabet is nothing but the fundamental letters of English. Using these letters, we write any word which we know in English. Say we want to write boy, we want to write apple. So we have understood that how using this letter of this magic of 26 letters, or from these 26 fundamental letters, how we derive millions and billions of words across all industries throughout the world, right? So we'll be talking in those sense, fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Then we will be concentrating on units. We will understand what it is, who defines, and things of that nature, and different systems of units, right? So you can try to note down few names: the MKS system, the CGS system, the FPS system, and the International System of Units, the SI units. We'll be discussing about them. Okay. Then we will move on to magnitude. We will understand some of the basic mistakes which people do in magnitudes, right? And along with that, we will understand order of magnitude. Okay. We will be discussing significant digits. Okay. Intentionally, I want to put the errors in calculations for a later discussion, so we will take it up a little later. Okay. And then we will come to dimensions, as the name of the chapter suggests, dimensions. We will be introducing what is dimension. So, and then we will see 3 uses of dimensional analysis. Okay. And we will do the practice problems related to this from different books. So I would obviously this, as I said you, I do not believe in spoon feeding. So we would not be doing each and every problem here. So I would be working out few sample problems here. Then it's up to you. You guys, go ahead. You work out problems. You come back to me and ask questions in this class. So that's what we would be appreciating. Okay. Thank you, students.